that time again to try to refocus our efforts on improving. We can make a change anytime we'd like, but I think it's human nature to want to make a nice, clean start that coincides with the date on a calendar. I don't know why this is, but it is, and for me just as much as anyone else. Like starting some new journey on a Monday instead of like Thursday, or the first day of a month, or like we see every year, January 1st. I'm sure someone out there smarter than me can explain it. For me, it's generally because I like to make that clean cut, the separation from old and new, a very deliberate stopping and starting point from which I can measure a before and after difference. A specific day on a calendar helps me do that, but that's just me. Life changes can take place anytime, even on a Wednesday in March. But since we're here now, might as well get this thing going. So the trick with improving any area of our lives, with making a lasting, desired change, is to work in small bits. Habits. Changing daily behaviors. Everyone knows this, but making it actually stick is not as easy as simply knowing it. I was listening to a daily Stoic podcast with James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, and he was discussing this very concept. I've read his stuff before and love it, but what he shared in this talk resonated with me deeply. What he explained was this. Ask yourself what new identity you want for yourself this year. Now, what are the habits, behaviors, and routines you could change to realize that new identity? It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 20 minutes, or an hour a day. Whatever time you have, try to find a way to show up as that person. Then every action you take, even if it's a small one, becomes a vote for the type of person you wish to become. This impacted me on a more actionable level because it focuses attention on the end goal, the who that you wish to become, instead of on just the tasks to be completed. This doesn't mean to overwhelm yourself with staring at that mountaintop, which is an insurmountable task, but with who you'd be, how you'd feel, what you'd align your identity with once on the mountaintop. He brings it all back down to the tiny 1 or 2 daily actions that will add up to that new identity. Tying those together gives our small habit changes purpose and meaning. It's so hard to just say, I'm going to lose a few pounds, or get a bit more sleep, or take a couple classes. Those end up being empty statements. I know because I've said them all before. If instead I say, I'm going to become the healthy, fit guy or gal, and then do the things necessary to align my actions with my desired identity. Same with sleep. I'm going to adjust my sleep schedule so that I am the person who has energy all day long, be sharp, alert, and focused. Then make the small changes to get there. And I said for years that I was going to take a couple classes. Never happened until I could envision myself as a graduate, as someone who had a degree, and then worked backwards from there, beginning by going in and signing up for that first class. So that's the key. Make an identity change, or at least spell out what identity you'd like to adopt. Become the health nut that everyone says, oh, he's that healthy guy. Or become the super punctual girl that is never late to anything, ever. Always counted on to be there. Maybe it's becoming that department lead at work that crushes it every day, always on point, getting it done better, faster, more efficiently than anyone else. Whatever you want the future you to be, start thinking like the future you would, and make the tiny behavior changes now to actually get there. The steps to progress really are so tiny. Dedicate 10 minutes of each day to whatever you want to progress in. That's 60 hours this next year you'd have invested into individual development. Think about how much more skilled, knowledgeable, changed you'd be if you fully dedicated 60 hours to something, like to anything. There will definitely be some sort of change in you regarding that particular focus area. So whatever you decide to work on this year, the identity you'd like to transform into, I encourage you to take some action. Any action, even a super tiny action, every day. You'll feel better for it. Trust me. And don't forget, actions prove who someone is, Words just prove who they want to be.